Welcome to the journey. I'm Nathan, and this is the Modern Bushido Project.
Oh, hey, let's talk about Big Rocks 2021. So the three, digestion, outside time, and flow are kind of what I found to be the optimal, I guess you could say, biohacking for 2021. It's kind of what I've done a lot of research on the last couple months. It's kind of the big things that I think will help people a lot. So let's get into digestion in this first one. So a little bit of background. I traveled, I want to say it was 2019-ish or so. I went to Japan for a couple months, or a couple weeks rather, and then I went to Peru. And what I found on the way back from both of those is that when I came back, the food that I ate in the States was not unhealthy, it was not ill-prepared, it wasn't unsafe, but there was something missing. And I can't quite say what it is. I suspect it's nutrients. What I did find when I was in Japan specifically is I could eat very small portions, but yet I felt very full. I felt like I had plenty of energy, lots of nutrition, like I just felt good off smaller amounts of healthy food. It seemed like the nutrients just seemed to absorb better. So that's kind of the background of what kind of got me started on a lot of this digestion stuff. I also had a lot of issues from my deployment in 2017, where I was living in a hole in the ground for a couple months, eating nothing but MREs for about 7 months straight. Just wrecked my digestive system. So that's kind of where this came from. Japan ended up in 2 weeks fixing about 90% of those digestive issues. So why did that happen? That's kind of what I looked at. So the theory is, if you can't absorb it, specifically from any point from the intestinal tract, the digestion, to the cells actually being able to function, utilize those nutrients, there's something that's going to be missing as far as your performance goes. So when I looked at absorption, so a lot of guys are like, I tried such and such supplement and it didn't work. Okay, well maybe it wasn't the supplement, maybe it was that you just aren't absorbing the nutrients and you can't utilize it. So a general rule is you should probably focus on digestion first before supplements, and there's a caveat to that. So the action steps, we're gonna get into chew 25 times per bite. I know it's hard, but it's something free, it's easy, it's simple, you can do it right now. The second part of that, so that's a caveat with the supplements, is you may wanna look at something like Audit's Total Human Performance, which has their gut health in it, or you can just take the gut health directly. One that I found really works well for me is Natural Stacks Prebiotic. Just works well for me. You can try it out, see if you like it. Third action step, you start the Whole30. I do it generally every January, just kind of get everything going. But what it's going to do is going to remove all the processed and artificial stuff. It's going to clean up your system. You can go to the grocery store now. This is much harder 5 years ago, but now you can go to the grocery store and you can find barbecue sauces and buffalo sauces and ranch dressing and all sorts of stuff that are Whole30 approved, which means there's no artificial junk in it for the most part. So it's a little bit cleaner eating. You don't necessarily have to do the Whole30 as a thing, but I find the more you can get into that, it does help. So it's not necessarily eating a specific way, keto or paleo or whatever. It's more use this as a reset, and then you can use those lessons that you've learned during that time frame to kind of help you out. And I think that'll help out with your digestion quite a bit. I know for me personally, whenever I start eating that way, which is basically just meat, fruits and vegetables, and then I'll use some of the Primal Kitchen sauces, which are Whole30 approved. I find for me that I'll drop about 5 pounds in that first week just doing that alone. Also the bloating and digestive issues that I would have from that deployment previously, a lot of those just go away. So just something you can use. I would give those a shot. So again, chewing your food, you may try some digestive supplements if that's not quite doing it. And then, you know, if you've got the time and energy, I would try the Whole30, give it a shot. So let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll get into part 2 and 3 here later on.